But what exactly is happening? Are we receiving gifts as we get prayed for? Is that exactly what is happening? Are we receiving gifts from God for the first time during the laying on of hands? No. And yes.
Well, shalom. Hello there, family. Welcome to the Watchers Blog. Thank you for joining us today. Now, it is no secret that most people that go to churches, or most people that want to be prayed for, they always want to have their heads or part of their bodies touched by the man or woman of God when they are being prayed for. But no one is ever really asked what the significance of the laying of hands means, what it really signifies. Now, in this video, Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa is going to be teaching on the significance of the laying of hands during prayer. Is it impartation? Is it the transference of unctions? Is it the activation of the gifts? Now, to actually understand in depth, be sure to watch this video to the very end. If you haven't subscribed, please be sure to subscribe, and remember also to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube recommends it to believers like you out there. Stay blessed. Shalom.
If you get prayed for, if a man of God, a woman of God prays for you, and something like an impartation, as we know it, happens, or you seemingly receive a gift, because we have heard in several places, we're not going to read that, I have left my Bible. Timothy was being reminded of a gift that he got when hands were laid on him. It was an unction that he received. It was an ability that he received when somebody touched him. And we know of Joshua that he had wisdom, and the reason was stated that because Moses had laid his hands on him. Moses prayed for Joshua, and Joshua became enlightened. He became smart. So enlightenment comes in different forms. Education can enlighten a man. Your candle can begin to shine. It starts burning by reason of information or prayer. A man of God who carries too much light can minister to you, and there is a sharing of that light, and you become enlightened. Joshua had wisdom because of hands that were laid on him. But what exactly is happening? Are we receiving gifts as we get prayed for? Is that exactly what is happening? Are we receiving gifts from God for the first time during the laying on of hands? No. And yes. God gave us gifts. God equipped us. God empowered us for survival. And it was put in you way before you even realized your own existence. Different methods of survival were put into you by God, so that wherever you are placed on the face of the earth, you will find means and ways for your own survival. It was put in you as gifts. But when prayer is made, for instance, what is going to be happening today, if I tell you that it's a healing, not many of you are going to understand what I mean by that. Healing. Healing. If you are prayed for and you start hearing God's voice and you start understanding the meaning of God's voice and you start seeing what you couldn't see before, it's a form of healing. It's a form of healing. But what is happening is that because of that prayer, you are recovering from a fallen state. Say recover from a fallen state. You were not originally created fallen. You were once in an upright state. Then you fell. And when you get prayed for, you are restored to your upright stature. And all of a sudden, you can start to hear, feel, and understand God according to an upright stature, upright nature. Now, the serpent that appeared to our forefather, or their forefather, Adam, because we are of the last Adam. When the snake came and deceived him, deceived them, or deceived her, because Adam was not deceived, there was no need for the snake to keep on coming back generation after generation after generation after generation. He came once and deceived the founder, the mother, the source of all mankind. And the deception was so intense that when Adam and Eve fell, they fell on our behalf, on behalf of the entire mankind. So, after Adam and Eve had fallen, now they have children. There was no need for the serpent to come back again and deceive Cain and Abel. There was no need. Why? Because the deception that they had received was enough to be passed on to the next generation. So generations, 10 generations from Adam, they had no need of the serpent. Already they were born with an indwelling deception. They were deceived by nature. They are fallen and they have received an inheritance. The fallen nature has now become a gift that they received from their father and from their mother. Their misunderstanding of God was an inheritance. Running away and hiding from God's voice had now become a culture, an inheritance that they got from their father. So when a prayer is raised and we are commanding healing to happen, it's a restoration of men from that fallen state. Okay? So it's a miracle of healing. It's a miracle of healing. When you are healed and you are made to stand, things that you have lost because of sin, they get realized. You see what is happening? It's like Like when God gave dominion to Adam. Because of the dominion that God placed in Adam, Adam's physical stature in terms of size did not increase. He had the most power that you can ever think of. Yet he was not the biggest animal in terms of stature. So you see, dominion does not come with size in terms of your appearance. Elephants are still bigger. Buffaloes are bigger. Kudus are bigger. There were giraffes by then, if we talk of dinosaurs, and yet dominion was given to men. And man is still more powerful than an elephant. So what you measure as power might not be power. Okay? When God gives dominion to the man, it is now the man that decides what happens to an elephant. It's not the other way around. It is what the man decides that will eventually happen to the elephant, not what the elephant decides. God gave us dominion over his creation. Power over his creation. No matter where God has buried minerals, 6 kilometers, 5 kilometers underground, men will still find ways of getting there and bring it out. It comes as a package. That dominion mandate is a package where you are equipped within yourself with methods. You always find ways of coming out of problems. There will always be a way. Being stuck in a life situation becomes made of a choice. You decide. If you say you don't want to stay there any longer, just make up your mind and you say, guys, I'm going. And you'll be gone. You'll be gone. You can decide, I want this disease out of me, or I'm out of this disease. We do have that dominion.